So welcome, this is Ben and Scott for the Mobile App Success System, and in this program we're really going to be getting the complete blueprint. And we've been to a lot of events and we've seen a lot of content, we've purchased a lot of courses, and you're getting a very detailed blueprint that no one else is offering, the A to Z with every step covered, plus we're here to help you. And right now we want to walk you through the fast track. This guide right now is this fast track, how to get started and keep moving with this program and to really maximize it. And we're going to walk through some of the steps. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is you're certainly going to go want to set up accounts.
Right.
You've got a choice right now. You've got a choice of where you want to set up your accounts with Apple, with Windows, with the Amazon Marketplace, and with Android. I would highly recommend that it's getting to a point where I personally believe that the accounts and the account registration process is going to change. It may get harder over the next 6, 12, 24 months. So I honestly believe if you can, jump in and register with all of them. Open an account up in your company name or in the personal name, or however you register it. But open an account up with all of them. Even if it's not even if you're not going to be creating an Android app in the next 3 to 6 months.
But it's good just to get it out of the way.
Exactly.
And we show you step by step on not only doing it on the iOS system, but we'll do it on the Android system.
Exactly.
And then do the Windows and
the Amazon Marketplace. So we walk you through each step of this, step by way, how to set up. There's a detailed video of that. But I'm just saying that, like as a general point, you might go, look, I'm just wanting to focus on iPhone right now. Okay, great. If you really don't think you need an Android account or an Amazon Marketplace account right now, you don't have to open it up. But if you're thinking that, hey, look, I'm going to create some apps, and then I'm going to expand them to Android, expand them to Amazon, I'd highly recommend you do that and register your accounts now. Because if it gets tougher and changes happen,
then you're already set up.
You're already set up. You're already in the system.
Right.
What the worst thing that's going to cost you is the yearly registration fee, and if you don't publish an app in 12 months, I'd kind of want to give you a little tap across the back of the head anyway and say, well, why haven't you published an app? Because this is 2012 right now. The Android Marketplace and the Amazon Marketplace
it's just about to explode.
Are about to explode.
Big time.
And they're going to be bigger than Apple iOS, and you're going to want to be there.
Right.
So, and in India and China, the release of the Android and the Android adaptation is just about to explode big time. So, I highly recommend it.
And even at the event that we were at,
exactly,
they were really concentrating and focusing on all the other platforms plus localization.
One of the big things though that we saw, and we're going to explain a lot of this in more detail very soon. So don't worry if you don't understand this. But there has been all that big conversation in the past that in Android and iPhone, they're not making the same amount of money. But now, like some big companies were up on stage, and even some small developers were there saying that, hey, we're actually making the same amount of money on both platforms.
Right.
So like, it's time to get in. So even though you think that opening up some of these accounts is not applicable to you, I'd say, hey, just register them now, you've got them, you can use them, and you're done.
Plus you got the visual, just have the video step-by-step system. They'll show you exactly how to do it.
Exactly. We walk you through it anyway, so we're going to be here to hold your hand. Plus, if you've got any questions, you can post a comment and we'll be here to respond and help you. The other part to this is I want to talk about the equipment someone will need quickly. So, like, the equipment you need is actually quite simple. And in reality, what you need is you need something to test the apps. And so you need a mobile device of sorts, so an iPod, an iPhone, or an iPad, or an Android tablet, or an Amazon Kindle tablet. Because if you're publishing to Android, you still need to test. Right. You still need to test your apps.
Don't just trust your developer for it and then
and
just put it all in his back.
And one of the best ways I've found, and I actually buy my devices, I don't necessarily buy them new all the time. eBay, websites like Kijiji or Craigslist, buying them secondhand. Because if they're a test device, I can get one that's unlocked, I can get one that's not on contract.
You save yourself about 25–30%.
Yeah, I can get one secondhand. You can even save more than that. I get a refurbished one. Because it's only for testing. I'm not using it to make phone calls, or I'm not using it as a daily device. Like, getting this hardware secondhand can save you a big piece, because you're only testing it. You may only use it a few times a month. But the other part to that is logging on the devices themselves and checking out the app stores
Right.
through these devices. And you can do that just by using Wi-Fi. You don't need to have a data plan, or you don't need to have anything like that. Just using a data plan and going, okay, what does the App Store look like on the Apple iOS? What does it look like on the Android?
Right.
Like, or get a tablet or something like that. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but by just doing that, you will have a better understanding.
Well, then it familiarizes yourself too on how the devices work in the first place.
But how to optimize for the App Store.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many little things that you'll benefit from doing that. So with the hardware, don't think you've got to go buy the latest and greatest and new hardware.
Yeah.
Buy it secondhand, start simple. You got to
Baby
crawl
steps.
before you can walk, right?
Yeah.
And my
baby
other
steps.
thing is, some people say you need a Mac, right?
Mhm.
That's not necessarily true. Like, I could get away with running my entire apps business from my iPad,
Right.
right? Because I don't personally publish my apps.
Right. Your developers and stuff.
It's my developer's job. It's my job to stay in communication with them, and all I need is Skype and email.
And tell them what to do and how you want it done.
Exactly. I don't need to publish the apps. If you're doing a little bit more and you're publishing the apps and things like that, then you need a Mac to publish the app. If you're in the Apple iOS store.
Right.
If you're not in the Apple iOS store, you don't need a Mac. But it's something, one of the things is like, once again, buy it secondhand, save a few dollars, and having one is going to be beneficial for you.
And also in the videos, we'll show you how to really rely on your developers to actually help you what you need to do to get it into the App Store.
Exactly. Like, it's not your job to be uploading and publishing it. It gets published where you check the keywords, you enter the descriptions, you do the naming, you make sure the copyright and the support email
Right.
address is correct, and that's your job, right? It's your developer's job to do all the code and the in-app purchases and things like that. So
Your job is to manage, not
Yeah,
to be the techie.
your job
right?
is to manage, and I keep working with Scott even, and he's learning every week about
Every
how to
week.
manage people and how to improve, and he's just starting. So
It's almost actually becoming easier. I've been overthinking things so much
yeah.
and trying to do everything, and it's almost a relief to almost be trained and understand how this is all working. So it's actually easier than I even thought than I was making it out to be.
And just so you all know, is I've been lucky enough to work with Scott and work him through the process of going from 0 to 88 apps in 45 days. And you're going to see a lot of
Amazing.
documentation and that success published here very soon. So I think we've mentioned the Fast Track program and what to get out of Fast Track. We are available for support. They can enter their comments below here, and our support team, and we will interact with you. We're also available for the mastermind calls and everything like that. There's a lot of great stuff. Just digest it and walk through.
And take your time, do it step by step, and basically really make it easier and then harder.
Exactly. So like, ask the questions. Don't suffer through this. Just ask questions and keep moving through. So
We will answer the questions.
Exactly. I look forward to seeing you in the next set of videos and the next content.
Great.